This week, we're talking about what's old being new and GTA 6's release potentially being in jeopardy. This is Season 5 of the Good Game, Bad Game podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Good Game, Bad Game podcast. I'm your host, Spencer, and with me is a man who is responsible for the new sexy intro song. It's my co-host, Mike. Mike. Good stuff. Oh, listen to that. You hear that?
Put some soul into it.
Yeah. And then it fades. Just like that. Beautiful.
Just like that. Right on cue.
And now I have to sync that all.
Good luck. Worst case, you can have my former number one hit one more time.
No, I refuse. I actually deleted it.
That may have been the last copy of it.
It's not deleted. I have it.
One day when we need it for a GGBG museum on the site of our former warehouse.
I'm going to let the bit continue to play out.
That's pretty much all I got. But
you feel good about that one?
Yeah, kind of.
How you doing?
I'm not saying we're the Nintendo of podcasts, but
I mean, most certainly not. But
yeah,
underappreciated.
Reserved for Joe Rogan.
We're underappreciated for sure.
Yeah.
Much like Nintendo, I would say.
Yeah.
That actually,
people are wondering why our specs aren't keeping up with the current generation, and we just say it works, doesn't it?
It's true. It's true.
Bring our podcast quality down to the quality of our hardware.
That sounds more negative. I don't know. that I didn't like.
We're doing with less.
Oh, okay, yeah. Underdog story. Yeah. I was going to say that you saying that reminded me that a lot of people or somebody was like trying to dig at both Xbox and PlayStation for just certain like business things. Like the main thing for the PlayStation, I believe, was taking a dig at the $700 price point of the PS5 Pro. I can't remember what the dig at Xbox was. And
$600 Series X with a fun paint job and a terabyte more storage. But
yes,
everything else is different.
That might have been the dig. And then they were just like, and then Nintendo and trying to basically be like, Nintendo does nothing wrong. And it's just like, okay, now hang on a second. All right, like, yeah, they've done a lot of good, but also let's not act like they aren't also incredibly shitty at times with their business decisions.
Let's just not forget about the child porn playing cards of the 1800s.
Now, see, I wasn't even going to go back that far. I was just talking about recent stuff, but yes, I mean, and don't buy Adidas shoes.
Yeah. Or Puma.
You
know what Puma stands for?
Please.
Correct.
I don't know.
All right, I'll tell you after the podcast.
Fantastic. How you doing? What have you been playing?
We beat Pico Park.
Hey,
you'd be excited to hear about that. That game was a lot of fun.
That's great.
I filled the void of, I don't know, I may have made this comparison last year, or last episode and last year at this point.
Last season.
Yeah. It really filled that nostalgic void that I had of playing Flash games.
Okay. Yeah.
It kind of felt like that. So that was kind of amazing. But yeah, we beat it. I'll probably get the second one. I know I really enjoyed the hell out of it. I don't know about Justine, but it seemed like she had fun.
Nice. That's great. I'm very happy to hear that. I'll have to add it to the list for games for Shelby and I to play And
Did you guys not play it?
no, no, I just saw it.
What?
I saw it and was like, "This is definitely a
Oh,
Mike and Justine."
I thought you played it.
No, but I mean, I'm
Oh,
very happy. I'm very happy for you.
okay. Um, well, yeah, play it. Fantastic game. It's very short, but it's only like $3, so
Yeah,
whatever. We got 2 nights out of it.
perfect.
Yeah. See what Pico Park 2 is like. Um, let's see. What else did I play this week? Had a random urge to play Flight Sim, so I did that.
Nice.
Yeah.
How was that? Where'd you fly to?
Um, I flew like Hudson Valley, Vermont area in a helicopter.
Okay.
I never flown a helicopter in Flight Sim, so I wanted to try that, and it's interesting.
I was gonna ask how is that, because it feels like it would be terrifying.
I I think it would be a lot easier with like a joystick,
Okay.
like an actual kind of like flight rig.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it wasn't bad. You kind of get the hang of it. A couple tail spins, and you got it.
All right.
Um, Landing is damn near impossible with a controller.
Okay.
Um, Again, something that would be helpful if you had like a flight stick, because there's usually like a dedicated like throttle control thing,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a little more. Um, there's more degrees of freedom to that than just using like your A and B button to control throttle on screen.
Okay.
So that would be helpful as well. And landing a helicopter requires shockingly more throttle control than landing a plane.
I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean with a plane, if you cut your throttle, you'll glide a little
Mm-hmm.
bit.
Right.
Cut your throttle on a helicopter
You
and you just
drop.
fucking fall from the sky.
you free fall.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was fun. That may have been it this week. And of course, you know, just beat Miami's ass in the Orange Bowl, about to kill Penn State in Cotton Bowl. I don't know. I'm going for like a 6-peat though.
Hell yeah. Uh, Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah, yep. That's what I was beating Penn State in.
No, I'm asking if you played any more of that.
No, I didn't this week, but I
I
will. I will.
I love the idea of in a fucking Star Wars game there's also somehow a mini game where you're betting on Earth college football in a totally separate galaxy in the far far future.
But also in the past.
Well, no, Star Wars is in the past in a galaxy far far away.
Yeah, but also in the future.
Well, so we're in the future.
I don't know.
Well, by that standard, we would
We
be.
might not even be alive.
True. Very true. But I like to imagine we are.
Yeah, me too.
It's better for my own mental
You don't,
state to
you
assume.
don't think about the simulation too much.
uh okay.
It's a list.
It's a solid week.
Yeah, it's
Um
something.
I I had a bit of a game changer happen. And I
Oh,
technically had it happen last week and forgot to bring it up. So you remember how I got the portal?
Yes.
Okay, so I've been playing my Vita in bed instead.
Sweet. That's as I
Um,
imagined would happen.
um, I on one of my flights, I think it was uh the flight home from the wedding we were at last weekend, not this most recent weekend. Um, I realized I had Binding of Isaac on
Nice.
one of my Vitas, and I was
Thought you were gonna
like,
say on your wrist.
that too. Well, I have Bumbo on my wrist. Um,
Is that not Binding of Isaac?
well, it's from Binding of Isaac, but it's
Yeah.
not Isaac.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's like the Zelda conundrum.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Um, and that game is like kind of perfect. Um, it's great on the Vita. I feel like it's more difficult, but I also don't know if that's just because like I haven't played Binding in such a long time. But I feel like it's a little bit harder scaled down. Um, and to use like certain items, you have to touch the screen instead of like having like L2, R2, or you know the likes. Um, so that provides a bit of a challenge. Because sometimes you have to use items. Sometimes you can't just be like standing still to use items. Sometimes you have to be running around, dodging enemies, and then also trying to use items. So that provides a bit of a challenge at times, but nonetheless, um, I've been loving it. I've been loving playing that game. Um, and it's been kind of like a perfect experience on handheld. Um, like this past weekend, we went with a bunch of people to a cabin like in Asheville, and like it was just a great like I can just bring my Vita with. If I'm up early in the morning, I can play a little Binding. The 2 hour car ride back, I can play a little Binding.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You're,
Um,
you're giving me ideas.
yeah, yeah. I mean, also, I'm a slut for Binding of Isaac.
Sure.
Um, and then other stuff that I've been playing. Shelby and I finished Death Squared.
Very nice.
Um, so you haven't played that, right?
I have not.
Yeah,
I did tell Justine about it.
yeah. So definitely, yeah, that definitely a good one. It's a good one. Um, there's a game mode. It's called Party Mode. Technically allows for up to 4 people. Um, to each control their own robot. But if you do it with two
Oh,
people, each person controls like one person controls red and blue, and like each thumbstick controls them. So like the left thumbstick is to control red, the right thumbstick's to control blue, and it leads to a lot of like you have red exactly where you want them, and you're waiting. Like I was waiting for Shelby to like move green and yellow, and then she got them where they wanted them, and it's like okay, now move blue, and I would move red off the thing, and it would just lead to a lot of moments like that, which were extremely frustrating, obviously, but also like very funny. Like in retrospect, very funny. In the moment, not funny at all.
yeah. In the moment, you're death gripping your Joy Cons. You start hearing the plastic cracking a little,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah,
When I get mad,
get
I
that.
I punch my leg normally. Like it's just like my go-to. Like God damn it. Like, um. So a lot of that. Uh.
Certainly thought you were gonna say I punch my dog.
Oh no, no.
I was like,
Um.
well, the joys of new dog ownership.
One of those types. No, I would never. And then
I wasn't
lastly,
I wasn't insinuating that either. It's just that's what popped in my head.
no, no, no. I got you. I got you. Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. We're on to you.
Listen to too much Run the Jewels as a college student. Something about kicking dogs. I don't know.
I also started playing Dave the Diver.
Yeah,
Bro,
best
that
indie game of 2021.
20. Why do I feel like this was last year?
Because maybe it was.
Yeah, I feel like it was
Maybe
2020.
time is an anomaly.
I feel like it was less than a year ago that was nominated and won, and people went, "What is an indie game?" Or did it win, or was it just nominated?
I know it was at least nominated. I kind of assumed it won, but
Either way, it is phenomenal to really set the scene. It's a roguelite basically where you have to go diving
so not a
and
diving sim. Interesting.
well, no, it's not a diving sim.
Hmm.
Um, but you like dive in and you like collect fish and have to fight sharks and stuff like that, and you progress deeper and so on, and like there's like mini bosses occasionally and stuff like that, right? And you like progress the story and stuff, but like each run going in, like you can like upgrade stuff and like go to allow you to go deeper. So that's why I feel like it has like the rogue light elements of it. Um, and then you do 2 dives per day, and then at night you help run a sushi restaurant. So then there's like management.
What?
Yeah. So then there's like a management aspect of it. Dude,
I might be in. I might be in.
it's my perfect game. Like, I mean, I love roguelikes. Typically, I would say I like a roguelike more than a roguelite, but it's pretty 50-50 for the most part. And I'm at like it depends on the mood, right? Like sometimes you're kind of in the mood for something where it's like, at least I know I'm getting better.
Hmm.
And sometimes you're in the mood for like, no, I love a clean run. But I mean, either way, love that, right? And then like my second favorite thing is like farm sim, like just like a management style in, aspect of a game. And so running a restaurant like Moonlighter, right? If you remember me talking about that game like
Hmm.
4 years ago at this point, it's literally that. It's you go into the dungeons during the day or night or whichever it is, and then during the day in Moonlighter you open a shop and you sell the things that you just found in the dungeons.
Gotcha.
I'm such a slut for that, and uh yeah, so it's kind of my perfect game when you like take like these different aspects and like combine them into one. It's a ton of fun. Would recommend.
Very nice.
And last thing, I wanted to have like a little bit of this next game played, and I didn't have the chance to. Slash, I didn't want to really rush because it only just released yesterday. But the Plucky Squire actually released on PlayStation Plus. So I plan to have thoughts and a bit of a at least in progress review for next week.
Oh, I'm very excited.
But again, I didn't want to like rush it last night in order to be able to talk about it a little bit today. So I
Yeah.
figured give myself a full week
Yeah.
with
Really
it.
enjoy it. Really take it in.
It's been getting a lot of really good reviews. I've seen like basically sevens and up. And I think like the Metacritic, Open Critic, whichever, had it sitting in like the mid 80s. So really solid release for it. Um, and I'm definitely excited to see that people are enjoying it because from the first like teaser for it, I literally was like, this game looks awesome. Um, so really cool to see it get some love, and also like you think about it releasing so close to like Astrobot, which was also getting a ton of love. Maybe hopefully people are taking notes.
Hopefully.
Um, but yeah, that's all I got. More to come next week.
I'll look forward to it.
So the first thing I wanted to talk about this week, as I'm sure everybody listening has already seen, uh, do you remember the 21st night of September?
Great, great call to a great song.
You were thinking it when I said, "Do you remember?" Right?
You bet your ass I
Yeah,
was.
yeah. So I wanted to beat you to
Yeah, well, it's a good thing you did.
it. Do you remember? Let's see, probably like 20. Let's say 2013. Do you remember 2013?
Oh, I remember 2013. That's when I loved video games.
Okay. Do you remember
The
a?
last time a Splinter Cell game came out? Don't go there.
Do you remember a potentially infuriating game on mobile devices by the name Flappy Bird?
I do.
And do you?
Still still waffle on selling my iPhone and iPod that still have it on.
You're one of those people.
I am.
You still have
Still got it.
Do you still have PT on your PS4?
Yes.
It's good
I also
stuff.
still have Infinity Blade, so
That's good stuff. Wow.
I love a game.
Wow. You kind of just have the mecca.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm assuming I could retire.
Yeah, probably. I think you could get a cool couple thousand, and that's enough to retire.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um,
Live great for 5 days and then kill myself in
oh,
game.
oh my god. Oh my god.
I said in game.
I was whew, I was not ready for that. That was good.
Really?
That was good stuff.
I completely hijacked your interlude here,
Do
so I'm
you
sorry.
do you remember what happened to Flappy Bird?
The developer was like basically getting death threats because he wouldn't make a second game or something, right?
If I remember correctly, it was because the game was infuriatingly hard.
Oh, and game must be beatable.
Right, and because you remember when you would play Flappy Bird, and you would have to tap to raise the bird, and then you'd have to
Hmm.
stop tapping, and it would do a free fall, much like if you take the throttle off of a helicopter.
Correct.
Um, and you would like have to tap through pipes and stuff, and every now and again you would feel like you perfectly cleared the two pipes, but it would be like, nah, you hit your head, you're dead.
Hmm.
I think people would get really mad at that, um, or whatever, and yeah, basically, I think he got a lot of hate for it. I think, uh, just in general, he released something that had like this crazy moment, and ultimately, he did not feel great about the moment it had. So he like killed it out of game. What if I
Took the
told
bird
you?
out back, and
Yeah.
what if you told me?
What? No, he took the bird out back, and
And
happy
delete it
Thanksgiving.
from the App Store. Yeah.
What if I told you it's back?
Is it really?
Yeah. What if I told you Flappy Bird is coming back?
I gotta sell my iPhone quick.
You do. You do. Or you probably don't need to worry at all.
Oh, well, this is taking so many twists. It's like I was tapping to go up to a pipe, and now I'm free falling, and now I'm tapping again.
I feel like the first question should be, is it the same guy, right?
Sure. Is it the same guy?
No, it's not.
Wow.
Yeah.
So somebody's making another knockoff.
Somebody let's see. What is it? It is Game Tech Holdings LLC. I guess basically how it works, how IP law works in China. I'm making an assumption. Um,
It's always good to make assumptions about China.
However, the IP, wherever the IP of Flappy Bird is held, because it became dormant, basically, anybody was allowed to buy it up. So,
Hmm.
Dong I believe is how you say the original creator of Flappy Bird, actually didn't even get anything for this. Doesn't that make you feel a little grody?
Didn't get anything for what?
For for
It's,
for Flappy Bird. Like somebody is reviving a game or is claiming to be Flappy Bird, but it's not his Flappy Bird.
mm,
So it's not Flappy
yeah,
Bird. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're
Are you
saying.
picking up what I'm putting down?
Yeah, yep.
And the creator of this thing, of Flappy Bird, is not getting a lick of anything for what is being released.
To be
And
fair,
go ahead.
to be fair, he had 10 years to get something from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or like protect or find a way to like protect it so that it wouldn't get bought up
Sure.
and turned into a predatory mess. Yeah, no, for sure. You're right. Um just kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And the game looks like it's going to be um a mess. Like it like it's bordering on like crypto scam, but I don't know if crypto is involved at all, but it's like
Tap to earn.
what's that?
Huh?
Tap to earn.
Tap to earn. Don't
Tap
ask
to
me how it
earn.
works, but
That's like the vibe. It's like it feels like a grift in a lot of ways. It looks like they're gonna have in-game like loot boxes
uh,
and just stuff like that.
I gotta look this up.
And not actually be true Flappy Bird, which was just avoid pipes. But who knows?
Is it this flappybird.io?
I have no idea. It's Flappy_bird on Twitter. And they have a whole tweet saying, I'm back. Just a decade
Interesting.
ago, I was the talk of the town and soaring to new heights with my 100 million friends. Sadly, I had to leave the fame and spotlight behind to go home and find out who I really am. Again, it's really gross reading that, knowing that like the person who created the game isn't saying these things. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
I don't know. It's weird. I don't like it. I don't like it, and I want to go home. But this
So
is. Go ahead.
Flappy Bird is like I can't imagine this is going to go well because I think there was a big difference between releasing this in 2013 when smartphones were like just kind of coming out of their, nascent period,
Yeah, fairly fresh.
and tapping on a phone was like strategically tapping on a phone. It was
Mm-hmm.
like the as good as it got. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and Infinity Blade. Like
Mm.
I don't see Gen Z liking this game at all, and I can see like millennials playing it once for the nostalgia kick, but also I feel like the general sentiment around Flappy Bird was like we all had this amazing thing that everybody bonded over. Like it was like when we were in high school when this game came out, and it
Mm-hmm.
was like you were the talk of the town if you had like the highest score in the school. And like
Mm-hmm.
people knew there wasn't a leaderboard or anything. It was just word of mouth. Like we would be over each other's shoulders watching
Yeah.
and then living to tell the stories of the martyr that we just watched. Um, it felt that way. Like you felt like a king if you had the high score of the school.
No, 100%.
Um, and then it died, and I feel like so many people just kind of like romanticized that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, we had this awesome moment and now it's gone, but we have the memories. Like, I feel like you try to bring Flappy Bird back and there's no school to brag like around,
Yeah.
and it's just not the same.
I literally like And I feel like that's so much of various like I feel like that kind of what you just said really sums up more than just gaming even. Um but like certainly just like all types of media. Like you think about like movies that randomly are getting sequels 30 years on, right? Like
Mhm.
Top Gun, right, being a perfect example. And don't get me wrong, Top Gun Maverick is like
I've heard it's amazing.
it's kick ass. It's good. It's really good. It's probably better than the first Top Gun. But like this idea of like, oh, there was this thing that everybody has a ton of nostalgia for. Let's ruin that. Basically, is like what a lot of these things attempt to do, right? Like the odds of you pulling it off, like I feel like Top Gun Maverick kind of sticks out as like the black sheep in all of it all, where like it actually did really well and was like a really great addition or whatever, or like didn't try to do
Mhm.
too much or whatever you want to say. And also Tom Cruise is just Tom Cruise, so
Short.
and short and has funky teeth. Um but yeah, I just feel like
Welcome to the
there's
roast of Tom Cruise.
I just feel like like this is like such a like a par for the course thing, and it's like how do we just tank the social value and goodwill of something? Let's revive it. Let's revive something that doesn't need to be revived, and by all accounts and standards, uh, add things that are awful.
Yeah. I uh I think I'm just gonna kind of ignore it. Like I'm just gonna
Yeah, you and a million other people, dude.
yeah.
Like or whatever the population of Earth is at this point, 7 billion people, 8 billion people. You and 8 billion people are gonna ignore this.
Yep. That's fine.
That's bound to be what happened. It had its moment with like this, like we're back, and then I feel like pretty collectively people were like, again, I feel like it's pattern recognition at this point. Radio Shack starts tweeting, and you're like, ha ha ha, that's so funny, and then you go, wait, Radio Shack's dead.
Mhm.
What
Yeah,
is happening?
we just got pumped and dumped 2 dozen different times in the past 4 years.
Yup. Phrasing, but yup.
No, I meant exactly what I said.
Yeah, it's literally like it's you know if you see something and you're like, oh yeah, that thing, turn and run. Turn and run. Don't get wrapped up in the fond memories and all of that, because yeah, they are about to sell you on some sort of scam or try and ruin you financially. So,
Mhm.
and that's what this has the feeling of. And if that's not what they're going for, Game Tech Holdings LLC, like, come on, really? Can't come up with a better name, like
So
Flappicus Birdicus LLC.
or Flappy Bird or
Flappy Bird.
just to bring back more early 2010 slang.
Flappy Bird. That's good stuff.
Um, so is it like the same code? Like,
That
did he just have to release the code to public domain
I technically don't know,
or
but
just the idea, just the IP?
I think it's probably just the IP. But
Interesting.
I technically don't know. That's why I feel like your iPod or whatever you have Flappy Bird on. That's why I feel like it's potentially safe,
Yeah.
because I don't think like this is going to hit the App Store and then update everybody who has Flappy Bird, But I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I feel like it's going to be a totally different like listing and everything like that. And so
Yeah, I
um
imagine.
I don't think if anything this could drive up the value of the tech that you're holding.
I don't know that my iPod can even like
Turn on.
up. Well, yeah, I guess I should find out. I'm gonna go grab it and find out. I haven't charged it in like 2 years, but
Oh, right now? You're gonna run and get it right now? This is unprecedented. Season 5. And we're just walking away to grab iPods. I'm gonna guess that it doesn't turn on.
okay. I have both my iPhone 4S and my iPod Touch 4. Both are in outer boxes, so I can't tell if the batteries are exploding out of them. Um, the iPhone is not looking promising based on the shape of the outer box, but the outer box also never really fit right anyway. Um, so I'll start with the iPhone because that's what I'm nervous about. Again, these probably haven't been plugged in 5 years.
So those are gonna take a minute to boot up and get enough
Well,
charge and or no?
like I said, okay, the iPhone's not turning on.
But I feel like it takes a little bit to get enough charge to turn on.
No, I don't even have a charger. Let me see if I can find a charger.
Oh my god. Oh my god. He walked away again. What is All right. The iPhone is not going to turn on. The iPod I feel like might by the end of the episode turn on. But that's also probably they both probably have that stupid wide mouth charger that that Apple used to have. Which what a stupid design that was. This is good. This is good stuff. He's not going to find a charger. He's going to make me sit here and talk to myself and solely talk to you the listeners while he runs around his fucking mansion trying to find one measly cord. I bet I could find a cord quicker than this guy, which is a testament to my organizational skills and also a dig at him for his terrible organizational skills. He also could be back this entire time and just listening.
Yeah, I was just listening. That's fine. Okay, I found the trusty old 30 pin.
There it is.
See, kids, back in the day, chargers had.
I already went
multiple
over
pins.
it.
Okay. I wasn't actually listening. All right,
Okay.
let's plug this into my computer and see if everything explodes.
All right. So while you try to
the
get
screen turned on.
Oh. This is going much quicker than I thought it would.
Yeah, well. They don't call me Mike much quicker than I thought it would, Heiner, for nothing.
Uh-oh. Because I was gonna say you could just plug it in and then we could
talk about
the next thing and then circle back to see if they turn on and whatnot.
Yeah,
as a fun little end. Okay, so the other thing that we wanted to talk about is that GTA 6 could potentially get delayed.
Gasp. Or canceled.
Or well, no, I don't think it's going to get canceled. But maybe. Did Sweet Baby work on it?
Could be. Sweet Baby Ray.
Sweet Baby Ray. Yeah, so I guess you have the like actual thought process and everything more readily available around why this could come to fruition. But one thing I will say is yeah, no, that sure, probably. Why not? You know, right? Like that is pretty much par for the course for the industry as a whole. I would say that my hope was by how long they've worked on the game and everything, and like with how far out the release window is, and the fact that they hadn't given a date even, they just kind of said fall 2025, right?
Yeah.
which, mind you, fall goes
Apparently.
technically until December 21st. A real mind fucky thing. Uh, or is it the 22nd? Who cares? But um, so that's like that's a pretty like wide window technically, and um, not even like remotely like nailing down a date or anything like that. So my general hope would be that like yeah, you can probably, hold on to that and attribute some level of certainty to that. But again, like it's video games and it's the year 2024. A lot of games, a lot of big games especially get delayed um after they announce a date. So,
Yeah, so a former technical director, I'm not even gonna take a shot at his name, so let's just call him Obi.
okay.
Um, said that, and I think this was, so I don't even know where this rumor started that there was a chance it was going to be delayed. This former technical director, Obi, tweeted and basically said, um, he was just talking about how GTA 5 was delayed, which I didn't remember at all, but also I wasn't very interested in GTA 5 until it released.
Sure.
It was delayed, and they made that statement 4 months before. So he basically just said, well, if GTA 6 is going to be delayed, we won't know until May.
Mhm.
Again, I don't know what prompted this, but um, his whole tweet just reeks of like history does not indicate future performance.
Mhm.
Because he's saying like, oh, GTA 5 was delayed 4 months before it was supposed to release, so GTA 6 will be the announcement will be made, in May. Um, and then he also said like GTA 6 will sell for 10 plus years,
Uh-huh.
so there's no competition to worry about. Which, like, probably true,
Yeah.
but he's assuming that GTA 6 is going to be the exact same as GTA 5. And you have to understand, in 2013, we were just happy about tapping a fucking bird on a phone
R-
screen.
Brother, you nailed it.
Yep.
um yeah, I can't really tell like if like or if it's more of like a hey, hey, just so we're all aware. Keep in mind, don't be so certain of the release window because, just look at GTA 5, 4 months out, it got delayed, blah blah blah. So, you know, come May, if we haven't heard anything else, you can probably say, yeah, with some level of, with even more confidence that um, the fall window is true. But also, don't be surprised if come May we find out that like it's getting pushed. That's how I would, like read into the situation at the very least. Certainly not a guarantee that a delay will happen, and also not a guarantee that a delay wouldn't happen, which is
Hmm.
pretty much just living, right? There's no
Yeah,
guarantee you won't get hit by a car today, but there's also no guarantee that you will. I forget which one I said first.
doesn't matter.
I might be getting hit by a car today.
Could be in game.
Yeah, well, if I'm playing GTA 5, I probably will.
Yeah.
I almost
You
certainly
gonna play
will.
GTA 5 today? Like the old days?
I don't know if I have enough space on my PlayStation.
Are you gonna put it on your PS5 or on your PS4?
Oh, true. Oh, yeah. If we're gonna play, I guess I would have to put it on my PS4. You poor fuck.
Oh, that's right. Because they did they upscale it for the PS5 or the PS5?
There is a PS5. Yeah, there is like a PS5 version. I do have it. Thank you. You cannot play PS5 to PS4 because Shelby and I thought we could, and that is why Shelby has had PlayStation Plus for the past year. But then we've also played other games, so it's
Yeah,
been worth
yeah,
it.
of course,
It's been worth
of
it.
course. Hit the casino up.
Yeah, we can hit the casino up. Um,
Oh, let me know.
all right.
Um, Yeah, so I don't know, going back to all this, Jason Schreier also apparently reached out to some people who work at Rockstar. He said 6 people. None of them indicated that the game is going to be delayed. Again, probably, I mean, if anything the former technical director said is true, you know, they wouldn't have anybody making that decision until May. So, your developers are probably thinking, well, we'll just crunch until it's done.
Yeah. Yeah. I this is just like one of those like if it is trying to predict something, it's such like a long shot, but also like a coin flip that like by the time May comes around, we'll have forgotten if a delay doesn't happen, and if a delay does happen, uh, they'll be like, "See, told you."
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. It's like beginning of the year. I've used this example before. I could say the the Chiefs are gonna have an undefeated year. They're gonna win the Super Bowl. They're gonna just like steamroll the entire league, right? And you might dog on me for the 1 week that they do lose or something, but like come the end of the year, so much other shit has happened in the world of football and just the world in general that like you've completely forgotten until my next stupid tweet.
Yeah. Right.
So that's what this kind of just like. And then again, it's such like a non fat like if it gets delayed, I mean, there is a subset of people who are going to be unbelievably outraged by that. But I mean, at this point, we've already waited. It'll have been 12 years. Have been 12 years since GTA 5. I mean, what are we doing
Right.
here?
And
Like,
and to give Obi credit, like, probably a good chance we're all going to be playing this for the next 10 years at least.
100%. This game is going to, it's going to break records. It's going to dominate. I would hate to be anybody who planned a release in fall of 2025, or that's like when their release window looks like, because good fucking luck for the first probably year of GTA being out, really. This is going to have such a long tail in terms of like peak players and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, just good luck. I mean, what do you think? Do you think we'll see a delay?
I, you can't say.
I mean, you can right now. You have to.
No.
You have to.
No, I'm saying no, I don't think we'll see a delay.
Oh.
I think we will see GTA 6 by holiday of next year.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in that boat too. Again, I just want to have faith that like they know well enough, having worked on a game for 12 years. I guess they didn't start working on. That's not fair to say that they've been working on it for 12 years. They started working on it in like 2015 or 2016, I guess,
Yeah.
which is still insane.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I would hope that they have enough of an idea that like we're not going to have to do this whole song and dance.
Yeah. No, I think it'll all go to plan.
But will I be surprised if a delay happens? Of course not.
No,
Will I be outraged? Of course.
probably.
Will I spike my PS5? Yes. Cuz I'll have nothing to live for.
I'll start a pitchfork factory before then.
Okay. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, where's the iPhone and where's the iPod at? Are they on?
Did you hear that?
I did not.
Damn it. I tried to do the unlock sound into the mic, but I'm assuming Discord's not going to pick it up.
No, of course not.
No? Okay.
Nope.
Okay, well, the iPod is on. It's also the only thing I have plugged in right now. I'm going to go through my list in order. I have Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I have Infinity Blade. I have Minecraft PE.
Oh yeah.
I have Fruit Ninja. I have Flappy Bird, I have Skate It, and 2048.
Brother. Oh my god. Can we?
Also,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say also known as a gold mine. I don't know if my old iPhone will turn on in time, but it didn't take long for my iPod to turn on. It only took like 2 minutes on the
Yeah.
charger.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes from a complete dead state, I felt like the older stuff took a really long time, but um I wonder if is there a way to like copy your iPod like you know how
Like
like you can
another
like
one.
yeah, like you know how you can like back up your stuff, but like a lot of times when you do that, it also like does a force update and like all those things. Like, is
Yeah,
there a way to like avoid doing the force update, but somehow save natively or like onto like a computer or
I think if you have like a MacBook that's old enough, which I do,
mm-hmm.
you can just use iTunes and
Mm-hmm.
do that. I think.
Because hear me out.
I'm hearing you.
What if we start buying up old iPods
Yeah,
and installing this you have a mecha
yeah.
on your freaking iPod here.
I'm really interested to see what I have on my iPhone because, frankly, that's been turned on longer ago.
I
I know
think
I have Infinity Blade 2,
oh, it's over.
which I'm assuming must be on this. I don't know. It's charging. I'll be excited to report back.
But also, you know, there are people in instances like this where these games have been delisted and like there's no longer a way to get them outside of buying one of Mike's old Apple products. You also know that there are people who are doing the good fight in terms of preservation of these things. So there are bound to be rips of these things.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. But then you lose the joy of playing it on a 3.5-inch screen.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I'm more so saying you could probably buy an iPod, jailbreak it, and get a Flappy Bird rip and put it on your iPod.
Well, if you don't want to go to jail, you wouldn't download a car, Spencer.
You're fucking wrong. I would. That's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, I would too.
Although I will say, I feel like sometimes you know you run a lot of risk with jailbreaking devices. So you run a lot of risk. I'm not even talking like I'm talking about like you run the risk of bricking the device and then
Yeah,
just being left with a paperweight. So there's
especially with like how old these are at this point.
mm-hmm mm-hmm yeah. I mean, who knows? Even like I am bound. I'm sure that there's like still the methods and stuff have been like preserved for those older items, but with how quickly stuff moves and with the fact that like that's like very old tech, I wonder how clean those those things have been kept versus you know turning the focus to a newer iPhone or the Steam Deck or stuff like that.
Oh my god, this the iPod is so old that I double tapped the home button to close an app, thinking that it would be like the slide
Mm-hmm.
UI, and it literally brought up that bottom menu where you have to like swipe through and hold individual apps to close them. If you swipe to the left, it gives you like media controls. Swipe
Oh
to the left
my
again, it gives you
god!
volume. Insane.
Wow, what a throwback!
Yeah, I'm gonna be on a nostalgia trip today.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm firing up Flappy Bird. We'll see what happens.
And it's gone.
And get ready. I really wish you could hear the sound.
I wish I could
Three,
too.
four, and I killed myself. My best is 70.
Brother, what are you
That's
doing?
on that's on this. I think my score is higher on my iPhone.
Oh no, I meant Why did you really? Like, if you're gonna go past
Yeah, I know. Why not just kill myself?
if you're gonna go past the funniest number in the world, no
I think my
number has
best
ever been
was
funnier.
69 for a while.
Like, if you're gonna go past that, you got to get to at least 100, so that way it's like, no, 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 I'm way better than that. All right.
Yeah, well, that's that.
I look forward to hearing about your nostalgia trip
Just
next week.
yeah, I mean, you might get an early indicator if you see some angry tweets to the new Angry Bird or not Angry Bird, that too, Flappy Bird account.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for when I don't bang my head, but the game says I banged my head, and I'm gonna take it out on them so they have
This
something to
fucking
post.
game sucks.
Yeah.
Um, cool. Uh, all right. I think that does it then for this episode. One thing I will say is, we record this on Wednesdays, and we're recording this specifically Wednesday morning, and I will not be shocked at all if by the time the episode releases, or like within the day of release, if we get Switch 2 information, because that's normally how the timing goes for us. So we'll probably have that to talk about next week, or that would be cool if we did have that to talk about next week. Um, but yeah, that does it for this episode. Thank you all so much for listening. Welcome to season 5. If you could do us a favor and leave us a rating or review and let us know what your favorite moment has been from the past 4 years, much like you would let people know that your favorite game from 2013 was Flappy Bird. And we'll talk to you next week.